This is Eat the Rules, a podcast about body image, self-worth, anti-dieting, and intersectional feminism. I am your host, Summer Inanen, a professionally trained coach specializing in body image, self-worth, and confidence, and the best-selling author of Body Image Remix. If you're ready to break free of societal standards and stop living behind the number on your scale, then you have come to the right place. Welcome to the show. This is episode 269, and I am joined by Danni Amapoundcake Adams. We are together with some of the past students of our Body Image Coach certification program, talking about their experiences. We're talking about how it impacted them both personally and professionally. You can find the links mentioned at summerinanen.com/269. I'm joined here today again with Danni Amapoundcake Adams, my co-creator in the Body Image Coach certification program. And we're super excited to be talking to some of the past graduates from I guess it was like our fall cohort from 2022. Mm-hmm. Some of the wonderful people that we got to work with, and they're going to be sharing a little bit about their story. Do you want to just reintroduce yourself for people who perhaps haven't heard one of the other episodes that we've done together?
All right. Yeah, sure. Hey, everybody. My name is Danni Adams, also known as Amapoundcake online. I am a body image coach. And since then, I guess now I'm an entertainer, and a social media influencer. And I have enjoyed for the past 2 years, we've been working with trainers, therapists, dietitians, just folks body image coaches, folks who really want to have an impact on people's lives who are struggling with their body image. It has been great to teach some of the courses, and I'm excited to hear from our students.
Yes. And we have another cohort starting in the fall. It actually starts, the first session's actually on August 22nd. And so if you are a professional who wants to learn more about that, you can go to bodyimagecoachcertification.com. Enrollment is open now. It opened on June 6th, and you can get all the details or listen to some of the past episodes that we've done together where we talk more about the specifics of the program. But today we really wanted to catch up with some of the past guests. So let's get started with the show. Hello, everybody. Welcome. We're so excited to have you here today. We're going to start out by doing some introductions. Christine, do you want to go first?
Sure. So I'm Christine DeFilippis, and I help people feel good in their bodies, in particularly helping them move their bodies. I own a fitness studio in the Philadelphia suburbs where we do lots of music-driven fitness classes like dance and bar and trampoline and bungee.
Nice. Kimia.
Hello, everyone. My name is Kimia Tehrani. I am intuitive eating counselor, and I am also a body image coach, and I help people to embrace themselves and their bodies. And I have clients, I have group coaching and also private sessions, and help people to feel better in their bodies.
Wonderful. Heidi.
Hi there. Yeah, my name is Heidi Habach. I'm a German intuitive eating counselor and help women make peace with food, mainly through a different, even slightly detached perspective on their thoughts and how our brains work. And yeah, by extension, that also means helping them make peace with their bodies. And yeah, that's a combination package that I offer.
Yeah, beautiful. Terry.
Hi, I'm Terry Bailey of Terry Bailey Creative Healing and Alternative Therapies and my nonprofit, The Queen's Room. And we promote self-care, healing, and empowerment. We call it the Laws of She.
Wonderful. Arlisa.
Hi, I work with women that have experienced domestic violence and narcissistic abuse. And one of the aspects we generally need to heal after that kind of experience is body image issues. So that's how I work.
And you're a therapist, right?
I'm a therapist and a life coach.
Yeah, wonderful. Thank you so much, everybody. Well, one of the things that we wanted to start off talking about was, why did you sign up for this certification with Danni and I?
Well, I did because as a life coach and an empowerment coach, we often have women who come to us who have body image issues. And I struggle with those issues as well. So I thought getting the certification would help me better help the women who come to me for coaching, but also help me walk through some of the issues I'm having with body image now that I'm closer to 60.
Yeah, Christine, just go.
Similarly, I have clients that struggle. I personally myself too have struggled with body image, and the fitness industry is just so riddled with toxic messaging and ridiculous standards. So I find that a lot of my clients have similar struggles to what I've gone through. And I wanted to be able to better assist them. Although I can provide a space that is neutral for all to work out, I really wasn't sure how I could help someone other than just teaching them what I already know, which I felt wasn't really a great way to approach it. And why I wanted to do the coaching in particular was being able to listen more and being able to really help be a guide rather than just giving them my clients the information. So that's particularly why I wanted to take the coaching certification.
Wonderful. Heidi, and then Camilla.
Well, for me, it was a regular situation that I actually felt really helpless when I helped my clients make peace with food and noticed how much they're struggling with the changes in their bodies that came with it, or letting go of the illusion of the old body that they used to have 20 years ago. And yeah, that brought me to you to, just get some tools and find some concrete ways how I can help them better navigate that difficult area.
Yeah, thank you for that. Camilla?
I do agree with Heidi. As an intuitive eating counselor, there is a 10 principle to help people navigate their issues. But I think the root of all of these things is going to body image issue. And we have just one principle about body image. So I always thought that with my client, there is something missing. I should know more about this and I should be educated more about this matter. So to know more about the causation of these problems of even this disorder eating or having eating disorder behaviors, all of them back to this body image. So that's why I signed up for this certification.
Yeah, thank you for that. Arlisa, did you want to add anything?
Yeah, I was also in the fitness industry for 19 years as a teacher, and also like my family had these fitness standards. So I struggled personally very much with my body image, and I suffered that very much alone by myself. So I needed and I wanted to learn from other people that work with body image issues to understand myself and be able to hear openly other people and have a more open perspective.
Thank you all for sharing. What's unique about each of you sharing why you decided to take the certification course is that you all bring in your all different special backgrounds and expertise. But I would like to know what has been the best part of the certification for you?
For me, getting some tools to help me process my issues with growing older in this body. So struggling with weight all my life, making weight an issue, and then finally getting to a point where, I loved being thick and I thought my body was beautiful. And now I'm contending with, the reality that my body has changed. My body shape has changed and everything. So I needed those tools. Those tools have helped me be able to process, help my friends process, and also, help me with my clients.
I agree. I find that the tools that you've provided really make it easy to assist the clients that we see on a regular basis and as well as ourselves. And I find that there's so many frameworks that I wasn't aware of, and all those resources and tools, as well as all of the other people that are in this cohort that we were in, and just the connecting and learning from each other, not just Summer and Danny, who are phenomenal guides on this path, but everyone that's in the community being able to share ideas and learn from each other's experiences.
For me, learning about this community and belonging, like being able to be part of this community where we can talk about these issues that I always felt ashamed
of having body image issues. So being able to speak about it freely here for the first time in my life, basically. Well, I also love the wide range of women attending that are everywhere on the weight spectrum, body shape spectrum, and hearing the different perspectives of how it impacts, like the body shame impacts some more than others or in different ways. And I found this an incredibly enriching experience to see that thinner women struggle with body image and larger women struggle with body image. And at the core, we're all the same, feeling insecure about what we look like and how the world perceives us. And I felt an incredible connection through this with everyone that in essence, and I think it's probably true for most women in the world, in essence, this is what connects us, that we've all been taught to feel shame or not good enough on the basis of what our bodies look like.
Professionally, sometimes I hadn't so much confidence about some of my approach. When there was a challenging issue, sometimes I didn't really know how to navigate that. Before this certification, it was a little bit scary for me when it was a very big issue about something that related to body image. But after your certification, I was more convinced that the path is correct. And I know some of the tools that you taught us, and you both help us to know how to navigate each kind of issues. So that was really helpful to me.
Thank you all so much for sharing all of that. I think there's a couple of themes that really come out of this is that it's helped you both professionally and personally, which I think a lot of people kind of come into this work thinking, I can't do this because I'm still struggling with my own stuff. But, what I'm hearing from all of you is that, and what I know to be true, because we were in the class with you, is just that, it's really a universal thing that most of us still likely struggle with on some level. And, learning how to help others can really be healing for ourselves in that process because we're applying the same tools to ourselves. But I want to tease those things out a little bit and talk about the impact that it's made on you professionally. So what's it like for you professionally now that you have this knowledge and these tools?
Summer, it's interesting that you even said that we're all still struggling and everything, because I think that's what came to my mind professionally. Like, it made me realize that even though I'm still struggling, it's important to continue to share my story and listen to other people's story and really just be open to sharing and getting more comfortable with the discomfort, because that's what's going to bring about some changes in my personal mindset. I feel like just professionally, I have the confidence now to speak on this subject more. And also it gives my clients the confidence that they can then share and feel ready and open to be vulnerable and then to do the work, because it is work in this area, to be able to then improve their own relationship with their body.
Well, and for me too, that whole process of being transparent with your clients, because many times people come and they say, "Oh, Terry, you don't worry about your weight and you move through the world with confidence and everything." And, so I basically was wearing a mask. And so being in this certification helped me to really process that, taking that mask off and feeling comfortable about being transparent, because, right now we're at a time we're talking about healing from trauma, and sexual abuse is very commonplace, but people really, really don't talk about that whole fat shaming. And I'm from the state of Florida, so bikini body is a way of life here. And so, seeing Danni and how she moves through the world, and Summer, and the things that I learned in class has really helped boost my confidence in terms of talking about my own body issues. And although we really didn't talk specifically about the aging body a lot, just the basics that we learn in processes helped me move through that.
For me, it was actually an opportunity to add another layer to my business and have another offer for women who may not struggle with their eating so much, but with their changing body through becoming a mom or simply becoming older. And I feel like this is even more common than women struggling with food, which already is horrifyingly common. But being able to offer support in this area specifically for women who may not really need my help so much with eating, but could use some support in viewing their bodies differently than society teaches them. I find that incredibly valuable. And I've noticed how since I took the course, I changed the themes in my newsletters and I'm towards more how you feel about your body. And I've gotten a lot more responses from people, which was unusual, that more women replied and were like, wow, you really speak to my heart, or I love reading your newsletters. They inspire me so much and help me look differently at my body. And I feel like this was probably the biggest push that it gave me confidence to actually talk about this topic more, when before I was kind of afraid to touch it, because with eating, many women know that making peace with food might come with weight gain, but it's an icky issue that you don't really want to talk about. But having had this course now and this certification gave me the confidence and also the kind of like the fire and passion to encourage women to start with their bodies first, and then let's look at eating later when we've clarified that really making peace with your body is the first step on the whole journey.
Thank you all for sharing. You guys shared a lot about how you use this in your professional life. I'm super interested in learning, and some of you have shared a little bit already about how you use this certification in your personal life. Have you seen some changes in your own body image? Have you been addressing your own inner critic? I would love to hear from each and every one of you about this.
One of the best aspects of this certification for me was the opportunity that I confront with my image issues. I mean, the picture issues that I voluntarily take this client coach with Summer, and she helped me to see myself when I am so angry about my look or my body. And after that, whenever I see my picture and I'm not sure about it, or I have this bad body image thought in my head, I know how can I help myself. And it helped me a lot. I mean, it helped me not to ruin my fun in the party. I mean, when I see my picture or the next day when I see my videos, I tell myself, Kimia, you have fun yesterday and that was it. And don't compare your body to anything else. And oh my God, that was so helpful for me. Thank you for that.
I agree. I think the exercises that you provide for us to be able to work with our clients are super helpful for us to do. And I found that in addition to that, a lot of the sessions that we had, someone else might be sharing an issue or something that might come up for them or a client. And I'm thinking like, yeah, everything's going well for me right now. And it just allows me to sit with something. And then all of a sudden I'm unpacking something that's going on with myself that I may not even be aware of. And I found the sessions to be super helpful, not just in learning to coach other people, but also just be a better coach for myself and to allow myself to take some time. I mean, coaches need coaches. So I looked at this opportunity to keep going with this cohort, ongoing past the certification, as an opportunity for me to continue to not only get the support from my clients, but even with the last session, all of a sudden someone's sharing something about something that's going on with them and a client, and it triggered something in me that I'm like, oh, I'm feeling this, and I didn't even know where it came from. It gave me an opportunity to really do some work on myself.
I feel like on that day, everybody was being super vulnerable. Like it was a good class. Heidi?
For me, it actually helped me in my view or in my own body image, and seeing my kids and being confronted with the different genetic setup that our bodies have, and noticing how seeing one child that has a more similar genetic build to me, which reminded me of what I looked like as a kid, and now being able to see the beauty in this rather than feeling the shame that I was made to feel when I was a child. And it really helped me in relaxing in my, being a parent and taking the focus off feeling, oh, I need to control, or maybe I do something wrong if one child has a different size than the others. And rather seeing this, with a grand perspective of bodies are genetically set up to be different. And it's given me a lot of peace and helped me actually get a different perspective on what my body as a child would have looked like. And just being able to see this differently and kind of heal my own, the shame that I felt as a child, and getting a different perspective on this now.
Beautiful. Arlisa, did you want to add something?
Yeah, I would like to share with you like two main things, even though this training has impacted my life in so many ways. But one is like looking at my daughter's body and just looking at it and commenting way less than I used to, and commenting way less or talking about their bodies way less than my parents used to comment about my sister and I. Even though they were positive comments, there was too much emphasis and focus in our bodies. And then something that like a result of this training is this certification is I stopped dancing for 10 years ago, and then I started dancing again 6 months ago. And I was invited to be a part of a female team for bachata. So when I was invited, oh my God, all this the image talk in my head, like this judge went crazy. Like there was no way. They're younger than me, way thinner. And then I decided to participate. And I was in 4 shows with this costume, I decided to participate, listen to my judge, my internal judge, but also go past it. And I enjoyed it. And now I'm part of this bachata female team, and I really enjoy it. And my body is the size it is. And I did not go on a diet before the shows. I did not. Every time I was like, okay, I need to lose weight. And then I was like, this is my body. And then the stress before a show, which was always so high, was there, but it was minimal compared. So it has been amazing in my personal life. And one thing that you said, Summer, you said many things, but one thing that impacted very much my brain was like, you asked the question about you said something like, do we have to be sexy? And that was, no, I don't have to. We don't have to. Not everybody has to be sexy. And that's so liberating. I think the most important, most valuable things that I've got from this certification is freedom. And that has impacted my life and also the people I work with.
Incredible. Terry, did you want to add anything to this one?
So I had a hysterectomy a couple of years ago, and it changed the shape of my stomach. And so, like I said, as I got older, I finally started to really accept, my body shape, and having a ample behind became popular. But not having a big belly was important to me. I really put a big value on it. And after my hysterectomy, it totally changed the shape of my stomach. And one of the exercises that you all taught us was the whole mirror exercise. And so a part of my practice, I tell women, look in the mirror every morning, kiss the mirror, tell yourself how beautiful and wonderful you are. But I realized after my hysterectomy and the scar and the misshape that it left my belly, that I had stopped looking in the full mirror. I would no longer do that. So when you started introducing to us those mirror exercises, I realized it made me kind of become aware of the fact that I had stopped looking in the full length mirror. So I always made sure from here up looked good. I always made sure my clothes looked good, but there was no way I was going to look at my whole body naked. I just wasn't going to do it. So from the exercises in class, I started, start looking in the full length mirror again when I'm in the bathroom naked. That was big. That was big because I didn't realize that it was actually also affecting how I moved through the world in my marriage. All of a sudden with this man that I had been with, like on and off for my entire sexual life, I didn't want him to see me naked anymore. I didn't want to just have that level of vulnerability. And also, Miss Danni, oh my God, that's all I got to say. It's just how you move through the world in body positivity. As a young woman, I need you to know that it influences how an older woman who is amply endowed moves through the world too. I have turned so many of my girlfriends on to you because, all of us, are thick. All of us are thick. I don't really have any really thin friends. And so they're all right now enamored and fascinated. So, you all have really influenced me personally in a number of unexpected ways.
Thank you so much for sharing that, Terry. That really feels good on the inside. Thank you.
I didn't realize how much of a profound effect this had on all of you personally. So it's been so lovely to hear that piece of it. The next thing
it's good because when you're teaching, like, it's so hard. I hope they're getting something out of it.
Yeah. And when we focus more on like, how did this go with your clients? What's come up for you with your clients? That it's making me realize like how much of a personal integration is actually going on that we perhaps don't always, outside of the demonstrations, we don't really like talk about it as much. So it's really cool to see.
Yeah, I was thinking about myself as a facilitator. Like, I've been working on self-care for almost 2 years with my therapist, but actually like teaching self-care for this session, for this cohort, for the certification. I don't know what I'm talking about now. It makes me feel like I need to be accountable and like really do it because like, how can you teach it? And obviously I struggle. I'm a real human being, but I feel like I need to be accountable to you all. And so I really try to practice it. So what it feels like is that we're all in this together.
Yeah, exactly. So one of the last things we wanted to ask you all is just like, if there was like one thing that you feel impacted you the most, it could either be like just an aspect of the training or the people in the group or something that you learned. Just kind of, you can kind of think of just like one thing that impacted you the most. And Heidi, we can pop over to you first.
For me, it was, well, as some mentioned, the community of women who are all in the same boat and from all walks of life and age groups, as it seemed. That was really helpful. Kind of gave me like a home, which is also why I wanted to participate in the ongoing group. But the other thing that really impacted me was going past body positivity, to learn the difference and find that this is not the end goal. The end goal is not for me to love every roll in my stomach and every jiggle, but to get to a point where my body is just my body. It's just the tool that I'm living this day in, and getting to the point where it doesn't matter so much, where it's not the thing that defines me, which doesn't mean that we all have to stop caring what we look like, but it kind of gives a layer of peace where we don't constantly fall short of loving the way we look, even in this body. But it kind of just helps to eliminate the stress factor, if you will, to, come to peaceful understanding with yourself and just have your body be your body. And sometimes you like the way it looks and sometimes you don't. And it's just one aspect of your life, and it doesn't have to be something that you're completely enamored with all the time.
Arlisa?
Something that really impacted me very much was, Danni, what you shared with us, what you presented about the story, like the history behind dieting. And it impacted me like, I'm trying to live up to these white men from before standards. So what I want to do in my life and I want to share in my work is like living lives in our own terms. So that's expanded to in our own bodies, in our own sizes, and not trying to meet those standards who are so not related to me in terms of my body, my productivity, like so many things. So that framework was so important to see my life, my clients' lives, my daughters. Like, do I want to fit into that? I don't. And I don't want to push anybody to fit into that. More like share that information and be able to choose. So thank you very much.
At first, I just want to say that you both are so sophisticated to teach. You are a really good teacher, both of you. And as Alisa mentioned that, I think it was the week 5 that we learned about fat phobia and the history behind that, the story about Black people who were, as a slave, were taken to the other lands, and their body became like an exhibition. It was so shocking to me. And then it helped me to tell this story, to convey this story to my clients. And then whenever they are mad about themselves, about the fat, about the fatness, they remember this story and they know, oh my God, it's not a good idea to think that like that, to hate thick bodies, because it's rooted in racism. And I think my life is before this 5th week and after this week. And thank you for this story. And even I knew about the BMI and this Adolf Kotlet. I don't know if I pronounce his name correctly, but the way that you put these two stories together, and I saw the big picture, that how was the history, and now we are here with lots of fat diets, and all of them are convincing us that it's a lifestyle and it's for you to be more healthier. But no, it was the story of the racism. I love that, to learn about this. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Camilla.
I agree with what a lot of people were saying. So many like aha moments throughout the course. And as a fitness professional, I'll share that for me, I know how to teach. I know how to teach a fitness class, and I teach a lot of fitness professionals around the world because I have a fitness education company as well. And it's so different than coaching. So having that aspect of this course was huge for me. But in particular, the measurement system, like the benchmark that we learned, was super helpful, not just in coaching clients on body image, but I was able to take the kind of the questions that you ask people. Because in fitness, we tend to, not me, the toxic fitness industry tends to, when you go into a gym, you weigh and measure someone, and that's like your benchmark for when you start out. And then the goal is to change those measurements. But that's not what I do at the fitness studio. So the questionnaire, the survey that we use in the coaching program, I found super helpful for my everyday clients to be able to have a starting point for how they feel, not just about their body, but doing some other questions about how often they work out and how they feel about working out. And it's been huge to have that after a period of time to be able to see progress, because we tend to only look at progress as the visual of like what a body looks like, instead of feeling like what we actually feel inside. It's hard to measure that. So now with that tool, it's really easy for my clients to really see the changes that are happening inside.
Listen, I'm going to tell y'all, the exercise with the should haves, would haves, could haves, I thought I was very well versed in that, and that was some things that I have done and I have been promoting for, with my clients and in my social circle and stuff. But it was, I don't know if it was because we were talking in the context of body image, because we were talking in the and whatever, I can't even remember what lesson it was, but for that exercise, I had to go back several times because, I realized that I really wasn't doing a good job process the should haves and could haves and what if I wish I would have done, and that even though outwardly it seemed like I really was doing that work, those exercises opened my eyes where I wasn't doing the work. I was kind of just, saying the things, but I really wasn't taking the deep dive and looking at, so how would I feel? I mean, what would have been the impact if I would have done it? How would it have benefited me? And looking at how I benefited from not doing it. I didn't do it, right? I should have done something, but I didn't do it. So I made it through. And really just taking a look at the fact that even despite the fact that I didn't do something that I really wish I would have had the opportunity to do, I made it through. I made it over to the next side. And it was just powerful. It just really was powerful. Like I said, a lot of this class, again, I want to repeat what everyone else has been saying. Danni and Summer, you are excellent teachers in this because a lot of the things that I thought that I had been doing and doing well, I really, really had to admit to myself that, I was just doing it surface. I wasn't taking the deep dive. And then what that also made me know is that I wasn't encouraging my clients and the women who come to me to take a deep dive. And so there's even been exercises that I've done with my husband that he's like, oh God, what are we doing tonight? This is the discussion, okay? You need to take a deeper look at your should haves, Toronto. Thank you.
So sorry. That is so funny and cute at the same time. So before we head out, we want to make sure that each and every one of you get a chance to promote your social media and your websites and business. So we're going to just go around and give a rapid response. So Terry, we want to start off with you. Tell us where folks can find you.
On Instagram and Facebook, I'm Terry Bailey Writes and Terry Bailey Chats, CHATS. And you can find me also at terrybaileychats.com. All one.
All right. And that's TERRI. That's right. All right. Arlisa.
Arlisa Lifshitz on Facebook.
All right. I'm going to spell it out for y'all. Arlisa and last name Lifshitz.
Yes. Arlisa Lifshitz on Facebook. Thank you.
All right. Got it. Thank you, Arlisa. What about you, Camilla?
On Instagram, I am _Kimiyami. And you can also find me in Intuitive Eating website. When there is a Intuitive Eating counselor, you can put my name, Kimia Tehrani, and you will find all of my site address or my Instagram. On Instagram, I have another page. It's Low Fat Land. It's about these comic stories that I am designing for my last project in university. So you can read the stories there. And I have a podcast named Kimiyami as well. It's like KIMI, KIMI, and yummy is like yummy. As in English, it's yummy.
Perfect. Thank you, Kimia. Christine?
So I won't dare have you spell my last name. It's always misspelled. So I'll just tell people, go to my websites, popfitstudio.com. And I have a podcast as well, breakingbodybiases.com. All of my social media handles are there. And if you are ever in the Philadelphia area, I hope that you will come visit my studio because we just have a fun time here.
Thank you. And last but not least, Heidi.
Yeah, that's interesting because I'm working in German. So my website name is German and it will only be useful for anyone who's understanding German. So I will just say it that way. And if there are any German listeners, they will find me under Einfach mal essen. And that's the same handle on Instagram and Facebook, but I'm not very active there. But yeah, Facebook, not Facebook. The website will lead you to me.
Thank you so much, everybody.
Yeah, this has been so amazing. We really appreciate you all taking the time to be here. We will link to all of your websites and all of your information in the show notes for this episode. It is going to be episode number 269. So if you go to summerinnanen.com/269, you'll be able to find everybody's info. Before we wrap it up here, is there anything that anyone felt like they needed to say and didn't get a chance to say? Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you all so much for being here. It was so lovely to catch up with you. We'll see you again soon.
Wait. Take one more picture. Wait, one more picture. Okay. Because I didn't get one. Okay. All right. Cheese. Okay, I took it.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
That was amazing to hear how impactful this was on everyone. Personally, I really didn't realize how much of an impact it had on everybody personally, as well as professionally. And I'm so happy to see so many amazing practitioners out there in the world. You can find the links and resources mentioned at summerinnanen.com/269. Get all the information about the Body Image Coach certification program at bodyimagecoachcertification.com. Enrollment is open right now for the fall 2023 cohort. You can always just pop over to the website and get your name on the wait list. If you're listening to this like 6 months from now and it's a different cohort, just always head over to the website. You'll see the latest details on what's happening, when the next cohort is going live, when the enrollment period is, and you can always put your name on the wait list. Or if you want to check it out now, go enroll now. And if you are curious about it, but not ready, and you just want to get more information about what this is like or how to help clients with body image, then get my free body image coaching roadmap for professionals at summerinnanen.com/roadmap. Thank you so much for being here today. I will talk to you soon. Rock on. I'm Summer Innanen, and I want to thank you for listening today. You can follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Summer Innanen. And if you haven't yet, go to Apple Podcasts, search Eat the Rules, and subscribe, rate, and review this show. I would be so grateful. Until next time, rock on.